how I created a commercial in 12 hours. That's the question that we will answer today. So first of all, how did I get this idea? I wanted to practice like filmmaking. What I did is I realized what programs do I know? What programs can I make a video about? Then I decided on Dehancer, which is a color grading plugin that you can use in Davinci Resolve and in many other cases. And this is what I used and this is what I learned recently. I wanted to keep it under 1 minute and I wanted to do it in 12 hours. But the 12 hours started with the actual shooting. So I just needed a good story. I went to Milanote that you can use to pre-production and the whole production for your whole project. And I have here the story. And it will be about a filmmaker who is very good, is good, but he struggles with color grading. That's his weak point. Every time he sends a video or anything like this, he always gets the reply that his colors are shit, this is bad. I didn't really create mood boards because I had only 12 hours and I would advise you to do it, but I didn't do it myself because I had so little to work with. But then we go to the storyboard, which is where I lay down, okay, what will be actually the script? What will we actually do? So what I did is I just wrote down like messy desk person creating a video. And I knew this will be the frame, and I could have uploaded the frames here and like inspiration for the frame, but I didn't do that again because the shortage of time. But then I had like the voiceover right here, meet X. He's a young filmmaker and a very good one. So I wanted to set up the story like, okay, meet the character. He is the character. His name is Adam. I think this was the name I gave him. But meet Adam. He's a young filmmaker and a very good one. And this is like a setup like, okay, you know, this is him. And you have like a montage, like a proof that, okay, he's good at editing. Okay. But there's a problem. And this is where like everything changes. Like what problem is there? We have a good filmmaker, but there is a problem. So what is the problem? Every time he sends the video to his clients or friends, it's always the same reply. And answers that colors are weird. So the whole premise, the whole problem is that he's a very good filmmaker, but his colors are shit and his color gradings are shit. And this is what I wanted to do, and this is what I wanted to show in this ad, because of course I have to think about like creating an ad for Dehancer, a color grading plugin. So I would have to know what is the pain that this software can solve. Like the pain that you can't color grade, this product can solve this problem. And I wanted to showcase that. And then what a waste of talent. I just put like, okay, he's at the lowest point. Wait, let me show you actually. So this is the hero's journey. A lot of films use this hero's journey thing. And you don't have to take every part of it, but you should like look at it and apply things to it. But the whole point is that we have somebody and he has an adventure and then he goes under his own like comfortable things and he's starting to change. He has a transformation and his transformation is going to shit. He's at a shit place and then he gets to the deepest point, like the point of no return. You watch the movie and you think about like, oh shit, there is no coming back from this. This is the point of this. And then he actually gets back. And he finishes the transformation and he returns to the same place but becomes better. We have Adam, who is like a good filmmaker, but his colors are shit. And every time he creates a video, he sends it to his clients or friends. Their answer is like, your colors are shit. What a waste of talent. And this sentence, like what a waste of talent, is here. The lowest point. He can't color grade. Okay, probably not the lowest point of his life. And then we have to go back and have to finish the transformation and get back to where we started. So the whole transformation is he went from no color grading to good color grading, and I showcased that with the messages. So he got bad messages and then he got good messages. So he got the script. What is the next step? Next step is actually just recording. You know, I use this Sony a7 III. It's a nice camera. It's not the best camera, but it's very good for me. And I use the 28-75 lens. This was the first frame. Having a lamp in your shots is always very good because it gives like a good vibe. It makes it look cinematic. And also placing the camera and the light and making the subject between the camera and the light is also cinematic. This is the first shot. This is the like messy desk, just what I wrote down. Now, one thing that you might notice when watching this timeline is that the resolution is not the basic resolution. This is not the basic resolution. 1920 times 1080. This would be a basic. But I put 886 here. Let me tell you why. Because on YouTube, a lot of people watch YouTube from their mobile phone, right? You know, our mobile phones have like these bezels. And when you watch a video, you don't really see anything on these bezels. And there is like just a black bar here and here. And it's like free real estate that you lose. Let me show you. You see? It takes up the whole mobile phone. Is the whole mobile phone. It's actually better for your viewer in like the web browser as well. Because you don't really watch videos on your full screen. Like no one really does that, right? But what we love to do is we love to read comments and things like that. And if you click cinema mode, it now fills up almost the whole picture, filling up so much better than the 16 by 9. So it's so much better this way. For the montage of editing, I went over the some pages, like this is the edit page. I shot it from the left side. This is my hand, so it's not just the screen, it's me working as well. This is the fusion page from the right side. And I acted really good. I wanted to have some motion in it. This is what motion is, just adding another node. And it makes it like I'm very good at something because this is like an actual node tree that I created. So it's much better. And then I have like this page as well. Right now we saw the Davinci page, saw me working, Davinci page twice. So I needed something for me again, to showcase that I am working. So I have this shot of my eye right here. Again, back to the page. If you check it out and if you see it and actually watch it closely, you see that I ran out of pages. I could put the media page or the cut page, but I didn't want to do that. So what I did is I have the Fairlight page right here, and I have the Fairlight page right here, but with EQ. So it seems like different pages. So it seems like different pages, but it's just different part of the same footage, just to have two different looking parts. Like it's not the same. I wanted to showcase that. And I have like a special shot, like an overhead type of shot as well. And then the text. So I asked my friends to text me back this stuff. So I told them, hey brothers, help me a little bit with the video. I want you to tell me that my colors are shit. They agreed to it. So then I just opened the new chat with them, and then I texted them, sent them a WeTransfer link to showcase that I'm sending the video, because I didn't want to send the real actual video. Like I didn't, well, how would I do that? And colors are shit. Then I went to my laptop and did the same. So it's a different perspective again. It's just changing up things. It's just creativity in terms of like showing the same stuff, but different styles, different ways, to showcase that it's many different people who told me that. Because if I just showed mobile phone after mobile phone after mobile phone, it's just getting boring. But if I showed mobile phone first, laptop second, do even color grade, like what the fuck? And then again, mobile phone, but we had like a laptop in between, so it's much better. And then I had this, which is a client message, and it's just a fake text message. And then I was like, okay, I have this, I know I'm stuck. How do I showcase that it's over? It's like done. I guess I just go to sleep. So what I did is just film myself by going to sleep, which turned out to be pretty great. I didn't think about it, but as I said, I love when there is like a light in the frames. So I had this little window on my door, which helped me give color. So I put it in the frame. Then I woke up and I was like, okay, let's wake up and then let's get out of bed. And it feels like I had a dream. I wake up, I rise out of bed. This is a montage, which is just feels good. This montage always feels good. It's just grabbing stuff, putting stuff here, putting stuff there, plugging it in, doing things fast. This is always very good. I love these montages. So here I just grab my SSD, here it is, and I wanted to showcase that I'm grabbing footage. First, I wanted to show taking this card, memory card, out from my camera, but then I was like, okay, this is great, but how am I going to shoot it? Like, I use this camera for shooting, so how I'm going to shoot the camera with the camera? So I didn't do that. I took this SSD, brought footage over it. Okay, so then I just had like this montage. All just fast doing things, searching for Dehancer, looking up Dehancer, and then applying Dehancer, and then trying out Dehancer, and then like I am like, wow, what the fuck is going on? This is so crazy. And then I'm just working in Dehancer. I didn't know what to put as the ending shot, so I put the change in color grading. I wanted to showcase the transformation somehow, and I believe this was a good solution for my 12-hour experiment. Okay, so now this is a very important part that is coming. I needed to get a voiceover. I could have get a voiceover from Fiverr, like a deep voice. I wanted to get a deep voice, like a commercial voice, you know, the typical things. But I was like, we are living in AI. Why I don't create the whole like speech with the AI? So this is what I did, and first I went to 11 Labs, which is very good, but I was like typing in like meet Adam. If I play this,
Meet Adam.
it's very good, but the emotion is not there. Emotion is not there yet. You can't really talk about like how emotional, and I wanted to have sentences like it's always the same reply and things like that. And I know with AI I couldn't have done it, and I tried it. So what I did is actually voice change to Morgan Freeman. I just searched this up on YouTube and I checked this video, and this was the thing I used, voice mode. And I know that I can use 11 Labs and things like that, but it just it didn't click for me right off the gate. So I just watched this video, I downloaded this voice mode, which I actually deleted. But when I downloaded, I knew I needed this narrator sound.
So once upon a time.
Yeah, so you get the point. This is what I wanted to achieve. And I was like, how the fuck am I going to achieve this? So I downloaded it, and to my surprise, this was the weekly free voice, the narrator. And I was like, thank God. And this is how we have the voiceover, like this one, which I'm going to solo right now.
Meet Adam. He's a young filmmaker and a very good one.
So I had the voiceover, but as you know, actual editing for me is started with the music. So first I wanted to have like a crazy music, like showcase how good of a talent he is. So I have this music. This is voiceover part, so I made it fade in, but I changed this part, so it's not just straight fading in, it's just fading in at the end, mostly at the end. And you see that I cut to the beat, so like when you listen to this music, there is like there's like a beat to it. And I cut the videos to that point, so it feels like better. It feels like smooth, and this is the message I wanted to showcase. Like, this is smooth. And then there was a part in the actual music which is went down a little bit, and I also changed the volume of it. So it's -10, and then it's -3. So when it's talking, it's lower, but when the actual montage is playing, it's a lot higher. So yeah, and then voice is coming back, so I changed back the music to -15, and then the music ends because there is a problem. I say it here.
But there is a problem.
There is a problem. So the music stops. Like, okay. What is the problem? There is a problem. What is the problem? And then the next song was like, I wanted to show pain, and it's not the saddest music. I downloaded some sad songs, but it didn't really click. It wasn't really clicking. It didn't really show the chaos, the drama, the tension very well. So I had this music. So it's like, this is the build up. I'm writing, I'm asking, you are wondering what is going to happen, and then bam, chorus are shit. Bam, again, at the bam. At the bam, it's coming at the beats. Yes. And then there is like a fade out, like a reverb with fade out. So we had like the heavy moment, like the confident moment, and then we had like the sad moment, and now it's time for the happy moment. Like, we realize something is good. And for this, I use a crazy song. I know I wanted to get something crazy for like a crazy part, so this is what I got. It just gave me a vibe to edit, to create. So I love this song. This was a good part. This was a good intro. I always love these intros because you can just easily fade this in your project. It's like so good. So yeah, this is the third song, and I ended this song with a reverb again. And I will create probably a video about how I created this reverb and how you can too. Okay, so let's watch this without the music and without the voiceovers. Okay, you don't understand why we had the sound at the end. I will tell you why. I color graded some of the frames, but if I color grade the frames, I can't play back it very well. So it's just lagging, so I have to turn this off. But if I turn this off, then these texts are turning off as well. But obviously I had these texts on, and this is the same. What I did with the sound design, that's the $1 million question. I did a lot, actually. So first of all, I wanted to show what is going on, how it's going on. The whole sound design is not just what is there, but what you feel as well. So when you start with the sound design, you look at this image and footage and you see like, okay, keyboard typing, that's good. Okay, but what you feel. But also I wanted to start with the whoosh. Start the whole thing off with the whoosh. Like the screen coming in and this whoosh and keyboard typing. And the voiceover said like,
And a very good one.
and a very good one. So I put in like a riser and I used risers to the full potential. Like I love sound design and I love using sounds, and risers are one of my favorite because it's good to build tension. And this I used riser on -20. So we go to the montage, and with the riser I put a long whoosh as well, and it just helps build the tension and has to transition because the riser stops, like whoosh, stops, stop. But we have the whoosh as well, which has a lot of after sound as well. So together they are very good. So in the picture we have the scrolling. I'm scrolling, so on the left side. So I just put a scroll sound effect. Pretty straightforward. Sound design is not for you to actually listen to it. It's for you to feel it. And you can't feel it if it's too loud. Okay, and now I'm typing. And you realize that this whoosh long is like having a sound. You can hear it under it. It's like a tone of sound. Riser. So you realize that, okay, something is coming. Like actually something is coming. And when I get the bad news, this whoosh long stops. Like this sound is in the background. And it's just silence. Like purdy, silence. 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 It's still silence. It's just the keyboard sound. And it just gives like an emphasis, gives like a bonus feeling to the part where I get rejected. The silence gives it another like bonus feeling. You know when something bad happens and everybody is like really quiet. So what happens after this? Like we have this bad news. What happens after this? I just lay down in bed and it's over. And I wanted to show it's over, so I slept. And I wanted to feel that it's over. So I gave in like a space sound. This is the sound. And I put it in so it feels like empty and cold. Last thing we need is color grading. Of course, this is Dehancer red. I wanted to color grade it with Dehancer. And I wanted to color grade it only with Dehancer. So I made 2 nodes. And the second node is where I put the Dehancer. So I have another node just in case I need to change some things. Dehancer is in. We choose the camera. It's easy. And then I brought up the exposure, little bit more light, and I chose the Fujifilm Insta-X, I don't know. I chose this film and I chose the glossy paper. When I made this one, I was thinking about like everything else. So I created like a look for everything else. So I haven't changed the temperature, I haven't changed anything else. I just enabled the film grain, the halation, the bloom, added the Fujifilm, added the Kodak glossy paper, chose the camera, and then I right click and grab still. And I have this still right here. This is a still. And every other frame which involved this part, so like this one, I just put on this still. And this one, I just put on this still. And then for this, I created a different type because it's different. I had like to tint it and I had to do different things. So I created one look for this as well. And then I just grabbed the still again and color graded all the other screens with it. And if I need to change some things, I need to bring down the exposure. I just brought up the exposure, or change the tint. I changed the tint and everything like that. When the sleeping part came, I had to put a third one because I took a little bit of like gap between editing these two parts. So the lighting was different because I was using natural lighting as well. So I created a third one for this part where I was sleeping, and the fourth one for this part. The same film, the same print, it's just different exposures, different temperatures, different tints. With Dehancer, you can easily like find many films and change the look of your film. You can just play around it with these. So this is the whole point. I use these like steels, so I don't need to color grade every single clip on my own and from start to finish, because a lot of clips are the same. And you just have the starting look and you bring that on, put it on, you just drag it in, and then make some changes to it so it looks good. So like you have the universal settings and then you have like these clip specific settings. And this is the whole idea behind my editing workflow. So yeah, this is the whole breakdown. Thank you guys for being here. We'll see you in the next breakdown probably.